大家好，我是爱玩游戏的豚骨，欢迎收看我的频道。那么这次我要继续来玩蝙蝠侠阿卡姆骑士这款游戏。那么我的支线任务跟主线任务都已经解得差不多了，只是像谜语人的复仇跟完美犯罪的支线任务。然后我把完美犯罪打完之后，我要先启动骑士引诱协议。为什么呢？因为之前已经有偷了完整版的，就是真结局的骑士引诱，然后所有支线都已经结束了。然后所以这路的是属于没有真结局的。我就直接先从完美犯罪开始，然后。
If I'm going to stop this killer, I should analyze the body I found on the rooftop of the Gotham Herald.
然后在那之前，我想先讲一下，我还是96个，就全部都打完了。可是这个地方，还有这里，都还总共加起来96，还有一些都没有打，我之后再慢慢打。但是这个阿卡姆骑士总部就还有这些内容。然后我们车子换成1年。死也没事，可是之前没有那么多次，我记得之前没有那么多。
Can't believe the losers in this town spend a decade getting the crap kicked out of them by Bruce Wayne. I can take them easy. It's Batman.
然后服装我也换回太阳骑士。因为前几个都有点超又加上好看的有些景。可是我觉得这一代的衣服有点太少了，他其实可以把前几代的衣服都放在这里，可是他没有，因为证明他也没在更新呢，所以没办法再等后续的更新，除非这个会出重置版，像有一款也要出重置版。光重置还是起源，可是哪一个我忘记了，好像要重置。我觉得重置的没有原版的好看，变得很陈旧。我忘记是哪一款，就翻过来一下。
Contemplate how long it's taken you to solve these riddles.
Alfred, I found a mutilated body, but this isn't the one Cash told me about. I'm going to try and establish a cause of death.
Play myself a chess and cook myself nutritionally perfect meals before conducting thrilling discussions with myself online using multiple usernames. It's the next logical step.
Blood tests reveal the cause of death was an overdose of painkillers leading to cardiac arrest. Also, the victim's fingerprints have been burned off with acid.
A rather unsavory demise.
That's not all. It's as though the subject's DNA has been corrupted somehow. There's insufficient information for me to cross-reference the database. I'll have to use the deep tissue scanner to analyze the body for distinguishing features and determine the victim's identity.
Right you are, sir.
Clear signs of bone deformation on the victim's knee. Joint line sclerosis points to juvenile arthritis, a rare and debilitating condition. Remnants of a pacemaker fitted through the right ventricle. If I cross-reference the manufacturer with the pacing method, it will help to narrow the search. Scar tissue on the upper arm. I recognize the pattern. 20 years ago, this was a badge of honor among inmates at Blackgate Penitentiary. A small group of racketeers known as the Bloodhaven Six. Alfred, I've ID'd the victim as Franklin Accardo.
His records are a litany of drug-related offenses, sir. In and out of prison from an early age. He was serving a 20-year sentence at Blackgate before being released early on grounds of ill health due to a heart condition. He moved to Little Rock, Arkansas, which is where he was reported missing.
What's unusual is that they didn't go missing in Gotham. They were brought here and killed. Why? We need to track down whoever did this.
Might I suggest keeping an ear out for any more of that ghastly opera music? It sounds ominously like a calling card.
So what Scarecrow's got that?
I'm going to investigate the body I found overlooking Divinity Churchyard. There's a killer at large. He must be stopped. Alfred, I found another body. The mutilation pattern looks to be identical to the previous murder victim.
Then it appears Gotham does indeed have a serial killer in its midst. And here I was thinking this evening couldn't get any worse.
I'm going to scan the body for unique identifiers. This wound is relatively fresh, inflicted while the victim was still alive. Abrasion to the epidermal layers confirms the somewhat crude removal of a tattoo. The position of this scar indicates the victim underwent surgery to remove one of their kidneys. A plate made of tantalum, used here for a cranial fracture, most probably the result of a boxing accident. The victim's calloused knuckles would only be acquired by a professional fighter. Alfred, the victim's name is Ella Montgomery.
It appears the kidney was donated to a twin sister who unfortunately died. This seems to have been the catalyst for her boxing pursuits, and hence the cranial injury. She went missing in Huntsville, Alabama.
Another person taken from outside the Gotham area.
A significant detail, sir.
So are these words written beside the bodies. Try and find a connection between the two victims I've found, Alfred. There has to be something linking them together.
I'll try my best, sir.
Investigating the body I discovered on the rooftop of Ted's Electronics will help track the killer. He's still out there and needs to be stopped.
I think I saw Batman earlier. Guy's looking a little hairier these days.
Alfred, we can add a third victim to the list.
This is becoming rather ghastly, sir. It brings to mind a spate of murders at the beginning of your career. It was Halloween then, if I'm not mistaken. Turned out to be rather a long one, if I recall.
I'm going to try and identify the body.
I'm getting out of here!
Riddler, tell me what you know. Like hell, Bat Freak! Last chance. I'll talk! Look out! It's the Bat! The victim is fitted with an ocular prosthesis. This specific type of medical-grade acrylic was used only once during a trial 5 years ago. Signs of trauma to the upper arm. At some point, titanium screws had been implanted to repair a fractured humerus. I've seen that pattern of scar tissue before. It's a bite mark. Analyzing its radius points to a species of Selachomorpha. This particular variety of shark is only found in the waters off the coast of North Gotham. Alfred, the victim's name is Lisa Mendez.
She had quite a troubled upbringing, sir. Orphaned age 9, foster homes, drug abuse. She developed a talent for surfing, hence the shark attack. Tragically, it's also how she lost her boyfriend. She was working for a Christian charity in Tucson, Arizona, when she went missing.
That's 3 victims, all of them abducted in various places around the country. Keep looking for a connection, Alfred.
Right you are, sir.
The writing by the bodies suggests the killer has a higher purpose. It's as if these weren't good enough for what he has in mind.
Do you think there are other victims?
Yes, and I don't know what he has planned for them. Someone killed, mutilated, and posed a body on Merchant Bridge. If I'm going to stop them, then I need to investigate the crime scene for clues.
Batman! He's got a friggin' tank! Oh, God.
Talk.
Yeah, sure.
Good.
Batman! It's Batman! You see what that thing does? That was close. Yo, Batman here!
There are still puzzles to solve in the film studio's detective. Fittingly, each one is both a mystery and a thriller.
Alfred, I found a 4th victim.
Highly regrettable, Master Bruce. All we can do is hope this body yields some clues as to the killer's identity.
剑。
A wedding ring in the lower intestine. The inscription reads Ophelia. The victim had a hip replacement. Scar tissue hasn't fully healed, so it must have been recent. Deformity on the left ear. Looks like a result of minor ear agenesis, a birth defect. Alfred, the victim's name is Anthony Lund. Hospital records show he suffered with alcoholism, most probably brought on by the breakdown of his marriage. The name on the ring, Ophelia, his ex-wife. He was last seen in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Have you found anything linking the victims?
I can find no personal or professional links between the victims, but they each went missing near state parks or playing fields.
Try and find anything connecting those places.
Of course, sir. I'll look into it.
The killer is mutilating and posing his victims and then putting them on display.
He left opera music playing. At the crime scene. He wants them to be found.
I better contain these militia guys. Get out of here!
Riddler, tell me what you know.
All right, I'll talk. Just don't hurt me.
Good.
这边先休息。